Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Being a gangster was better than being president of the United States. Even before I first wandered into the cab stand for an after-school job, I knew I wanted to be a part of them. It was there that I knew that I belonged. And to me, it meant being somebody in a neighborhood that was full of nobodies. They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They double parked in front of a hydrant and nobody ever gave them a ticket. In the summer, when they played cards all night, nobody ever called the cops.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jaret. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. And, oh boy, we got a doozy. We have a doozy for you today. We just had a 30-minute argument about the about the format of the show.
No argument.
Literally like fucking 5 seconds ago. So
there was no argument.
We'll just see how the flow goes tonight, Rich. We'll see how it is. With me, as always, is Rich.
Hi.
Casey's taken the night off because she didn't want to watch this movie. However, I'm going to tell you this. She did say that even with Tombstone, the movie that she didn't want to watch,
Right.
she was glad that she did because she saw it completely differently.
Had she seen it before?
She had seen it before, but I think it'd been a long time.
No, this one.
This one's, yeah. But again, I don't think she... To me, this is an adult movie. You know, I don't feel like this is one... In other words, like...
So your child bride...
No, but like if she saw it, this one came out the year she was born, and I think she probably saw it, you know, as a teenager, and I think just her perspective as now being almost an adult might have changed things as to how she might watch the film. You know, you just never know. Hey, we welcome back to the program Tim Toole, my neighbor.
What's up?
Hey, Tim. I think the last time you were on the podcast, you hit the cutting room floor pretty much the whole time.
No, it was Christmas Story.
Oh,
and
was it?
He was all over that.
Were you all over that? Yeah, that was the one where you guys were on a roll. I do remember that now.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah.
I think the first time you were on was when
Yeah.
you didn't get many lines in. I think we were just kind of getting
He
rolling.
didn't talk much
at that
either,
point.
but...
Yeah, and Dennis was here, I think, and it was just
Yeah.
kind of a...
And they weren't mic'd.
Chaotic thing. Guys, it's been a big week. Rich graduated into singlehood and had a raging party at his condominium. Is it a condominium or a house? Or a townhouse?
It's a townhome.
Townhome. Because it's essentially like a multi-story house, and you buy it, you own it,
Yeah, I own it. Mm-hmm.
but it's hooked onto other houses.
Yeah, I'm on the end, so I share a wall, but it's cool because the way it's set up, all the walls that I share is a courtyard for the other people, so I don't really share a wall.
Gotcha. It's a really nice place.
Thanks.
I was surprised when we walked in. I know this is fantastic radio, but I was surprised that there were 3 bedrooms upstairs and just a lot of living space, a lot of space.
Yeah. It's perfect for me.
A lot of nice space, your own little courtyard thing where you can...
You got the dungeon. I chain up all the single girls.
Right. Well,
As
we
Casey
have
would
talked
say.
about that before, and you have the new little sitting area in front of the 70-inch TV.
That's right.
Which is great. I'm excited to be... Well, anyway, where I was going with that is it's the second time you've had a party at your place, and the second time blood was shed.
That is correct.
And so you're just on a roll
Right.
with somebody ending up bloody.
The first time someone shattered their toe and there was blood. It
Exploded.
looked like a murder scene.
Yeah.
And then this time, someone ended up running around in Frisco, not knowing where they were because they had woken up from being blackout drunk and their head was bashed in and bleeding all over the place.
Yeah. And then 2 police officers show up to wake you up.
So woke me up the next morning.
And then around lunchtime, about 4 police officers.
4 police officers and a detective.
Come back. So just an eventful week for
nice.
you.
Because she didn't know how she got there and stuff.
Congratulations.
We all knew how she got there.
Right.
She was drunk.
Yeah, well, you can end up anywhere.
Did it have something to do with that 10-year-old beer? What was that all about?
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, so he had the. We should
huge.
post a picture of that on the website when this comes out. But you have to see this. He had this bottle of Belgian beer. Mm-hmm. It was about the height of you from waist to head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily. It was humongous.
And you guys had started drinking that about 5. We got there about 7:45, and you were hammered.
Yeah.
You know, but you knew where you lived.
I
we were at your house.
Yeah. No blood was on my forehead.
No, yet.
Yeah.
Who knows what happened later, though?
Yeah, sure.
You just never know. Guys, again, we had a doozy today. We're talking Goodfellas, one of my favorite movies ever, and super excited to dive in. Henry Hill and his friends work their way up through the mob hierarchy. It's directed by Martin Scorsese, written by Nicholas Pileggi,
I think Pileggi. Right?
Pileggi and Martin Scorsese, and starring the great Robert De Niro, who I'm convinced is actually my father. Ray Liotta, who I'll tell an interesting story about at some point.
Nice.
And Joe Pesci, who won an Oscar for his role here in this movie.
Excellent.
Boy, did he do a fantastic job of acting.
This is him.
It's his area.
Yeah. He
100%.
owns it.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, De Niro, but Pesci owns this.
I just feel like the casting in general of this one it could not have been better. I mean, even as they are walking through and introducing the various gangsters and stuff early on, and then a couple of times it happens throughout where he lists them and they just look like their names.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. It's just amazingly done.
Right.
I was happy to watch it. I will say, man, it's long.
It's freaking long.
It is really long.
Well, like you said, it's like 3 movies.
It is. So I broke that down. And so it's sort of him coming up into the whole being in the gang thing. Then there's sort of like a break when they go to jail, all of them. Mm-hmm. And so it's the second movie is like him sort of breaking away from that and getting into the drugs and all of that. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the last day where the helicopter's flying around is a completely different motion picture.
Right.
And a completely
the tone of it, is all different.
The vibe changes. The anxiety levels through the roof. You're feeling it. He's telling you what time it is and all this stuff he's trying to get done, and you can feel it,
Fucking sauce.
The sauce. He's like, my brother's been watching helicopters and tomato sauce all day. Poor kid. Unbelievable. Well, let's dive in.
I was the luckiest kid in the world. I could go anywhere. I could do anything. I knew everybody, and everybody knew me. Wise guys would pull up, and Tootie would toss me their keys and let me park their Cadillacs. I mean, here I am, this little kid. I can't even see over the steering wheel, and I'm parking Cadillacs.
There's a part before this where he is talking about looking across the street at the cab stand and talking about how it's Paulie's brother who runs the pizza joint and the cab stand or whatever. Then the big boss Paulie comes out. And when Paulie comes out, he says in his description of him, he says, that Paulie moved really slow.
Slow, right.
The problem with that is I feel like he moved slow in that scene, and then they just forgot that characteristic about him for the rest of the movie. Because really, and except for whenever he was cutting the garlic with a razor blade, which was super meticulous, I don't even know if you would call it slow, he really didn't move that slow. But he was moving slow at that point.
Right. Yeah. It didn't bother me as much, but
it's just something that I looked out for because it hadn't really struck me that he says that he moves slow.
What threw me on that scene was, why does he care if they're horse playing out front? Like, really? You're gonna care about that?
Right.
You've got all these things.
Yeah. They walk out and they're all like, "Yeah, you started it." That was a little silly. I thought too. Yeah, these are grown ass men carrying guns.
Right.
It's a letter from school. It says you haven't been there in months. In months! You think they're so smart? I'm a bum! You want to grow up to be a bum?
But after a while, he was mostly pissed because I hung around the cab stand. He knew what went on at that cab stand. And every once in a while, I'd have to take a beating. But by then, I didn't care. The way I saw it, everybody takes a beating sometime.
Almost kind of thought that they were gonna, when he took him out of the cab stand to go and solve the issue, I thought, shit, he's gonna go beat the shit out of this kid's dad.
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Don't ever fucking touch this guy again.
It was so hilarious when I realized it's the fucking mailman.
Yeah.
Don't send those letters again.
No more. So in fact, the mail just stopped altogether. Just didn't get any mail. So this is where. Have you ever seen the movie A Bronx Tale?
Yes.
So
there's a scene in that movie that stuck with me forever.
Okay.
And it's the scene where Servino tells the kid, You know she's the right one.
Yeah.
When she leans over and unlocks your door as you walk around.
If she doesn't lean over, get out of there.
The problem is today it's
Yeah.
all automatic.
Sure.
No one unlocks any doors.
No, but
you just walk by your door and it automatically unlocks.
But
so
the
I
message
can't
is
use that
there.
anymore. But I used to use that back in the day.
The message is there. The Ataris on their first album used that whole. There's a musical breakdown in one of their songs, and they use that whole bit about
Right.
you reach over, you lock that door before you open up her door.
Right.
If she doesn't lean over, you get out of there. If she does, you keep her. These two movies, when they're both kids, they kind of move around with me. Like I almost got them confused, and and then I was sitting there thinking as he's going upstairs to talk to the dad or whatever, like, oh, it's gonna be Robert. Oh no, it can't be Robert De Niro. He's Jimmy in this movie.
Right.
He's not the dad in this. But that's another great gangster movie if you're into that whole thing. Or Bronx Tales, really good.
One day, some of the kids from the neighborhood carried my mother's groceries all the way home. You know why? It was out of respect.
I love the narration.
This is how you narrate a fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, he has a characteristic to his voice that he doesn't really speak like, but he has that gravel in there, and it's just done so well. And
so well. And then it gets ruined when Karen fucking starts talking. To me, I'm like, oh, why you gotta talk?
But
Karen?
it's short-lived. It is
short, but I don't know.
Yeah, from that perspective, I kept thinking, does somebody else jump in and start talking too? Like, is it because there are movies like that? There's so much narration in this that a lot of the dialogue they had to have just improvised it because it didn't matter. It's just all being talked over.
Did you read that in the trivia?
Didn't.
Tons.
Yeah.
There was so much that was improvised where he just said, "Here's what you need to do. Go with it."
Yeah.
The whole funny thing, they said do that, but no one in the room knew they were going to do what they were doing.
Right.
Everyone else had no clue that they were doing. It was all authentic reactions.
And then I saw that there's the word "fuck" is used like 300 and something
Yeah,
times.
it was the most used in a movie up to that point.
And most of those were ad-libbed as well.
And
They
most of them
kind
were Joe Pesci.
thrown in. Yeah, well,
Seriously,
I believe that.
not kidding.
Yeah. I just love how he's like, get out of here, you fuck.
Half of them were Joe Pesci.
So good.
Jimmy was one of the most feared guys in the city. He was first locked up at 11, and he was doing hits for mob bosses when he was 16. See, hits never bothered Jimmy. It was business. But what Jimmy really loved to do, was steal. I mean, he actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I thought, one of the, and I'm sure we'll get to that. I thought what was interesting was when she called the three of them the blue-collar workers of the whole thing. They're not brain surgeons.
Oh, right.
They're
right.
the blue-collar guys who have
Right.
to get out there and make an extra buck. They've got all this stuff going on not under the eyes of everybody else.
Right.
So overall, I didn't really have a grasp of what you would think about this, because this isn't one of yours that you watch all the time.
No, but I mean, I like gangster movies.
Yeah.
Casino is my pick between these two. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a little more. It's more new or something, or it's just or I like De Niro better or something. Than I thought the movie was great. I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah.
It's just not my pick for this genre of movie as the best. I think Casino's the best.
I don't even put those in the same because this is just a completely different.
They're super close because it's basically a movie, about one character's evolution from early on to later on. It's a very epic journey in their life, and then there's narration telling you all about the world. As the story is going through with little vignettes, there's this narration that's filling you in on just gobs and gobs of information about the world that you just never knew. I freaking love that.
Yeah, it is nice to have that because they can get so much more across in such a short amount of time. This is in complete contrast to another movie filled with narration that you did not like as much narrator-wise.
Talking about Christmas Story?
Fight Club.
Oh, Fight Club. Yeah. Because it
just filled you up with nonsense.
It was nonsense. It was pointless gibberish.
Yeah, I'll say, go back and
poetry.
listen to that. So I liked it. I still like that because I thought that it helped the mystery along without giving too much away, and I thought that was really creatively done. But this one,
it was artsy. I mean, I understood Fight Club, why people like it, all that. It just I don't know.
Can I chime in here a little bit?
Absolutely.
So when you guys did Fight Club, I was kind of ticked off a little bit. That's when you did that big poll, what Brad Pitt movie to do, right?
Right.
God, I wanted you guys to do The Mexican.
Oh, really?
That is the most underrated Brad Pitt movie ever made.
I'm not even sure. I know I've seen pieces of it. I don't know if it's from trailers or if I've actually seen pieces. But
It is so good.
it's about the gun, right?
It's about the gun.
I know I've seen pieces of it. I don't think I've seen the whole thing,
It is a
though.
really, really fucking good movie.
All right. Well, maybe I'll
What's
give it
not a
chance.
good Brad Pitt movie?
Troy.
Yeah, that one sucked.
Couldn't
yeah.
even finish it.
I never saw that one.
It's terrible.
But
with
it
our Brad Pitt love.
But it has another gangster in it. He's dead now. What's his name? He was in The Sopranos.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
James Gandolfini.
Yes.
Yeah, and he got into some interesting movies towards the end of his life. I mean, his last one was the one with Jennifer Aniston or something, right? And
After he was dead, they released that one.
yeah,
Where he's sitting on a porch or something.
exactly. Yeah, that is exactly the image I had in my head, but I
Was
wasn't going to say it because I'm like, there's no reason to really say that the image I have is, it's the one where he's sitting on the porch. Yeah, me too.
I saw that and I was like, well, this must be a really exciting movie. Just sitting on a porch.
You're a funny guy.
What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What?
It's just, you're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how? What?
Just, you're funny.
You mean,
So?
well, let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? I make you laugh? I'm here to fucking amuse you? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Not just, how you tell the story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
You motherfucker! I almost had him.
That's the
Yeah.
fucking best.
It is,
dude.
and so they say that this is like one of the most quoted movies
Yeah.
of all time, and this has to be one of the most quoted scenes of all time. It
Yeah,
has
this was
to be
in the top. I can't remember the exact number, but it was 25 or something of
gotta
the best
be.
scenes in Hollywood.
But even Ray Liotta in this makes it. He's scared shitless. I mean, because you don't know what the fuck this kid's gonna do.
There's so many memes out there with him laughing when
Yeah.
he's got the little circle in his hands and a circle next to his eye.
Yeah.
That's a very common meme photo.
Right.
When someone was making they thought the da 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 da, and then it's
Yeah.
him laughing.
Speaking of his laugh, anytime somebody gets the shit beat out of him, he does that crazy laugh. Just because he does it here.
Right.
When he starts kicking the owner of the thing in the butt or whatever, and then
Right.
throws the beer at the waiter that is looking at him, whatever, he starts to do that laugh. And it just, it's such
infectious, yeah.
a weird, nervous, this is actually kind of fucking funny. We don't give a fuck about anything.
She don't want to go out with Italians alone. She's prejudiced against Italians. You fucking believe that? In this day and age, what the fuck is this world coming to? I can't believe this. Prejudice against a Jew broad. Prejudice against Italians.
The whole reason I pulled that clip is because she's prejudiced against Italians.
Yeah.
Oh, Jew broad.
Yeah.
Prejudiced against
Yeah,
Italians.
exactly. So good. One of the scenes that we didn't talk about was, I love the, hey, Ma, what do you think? She's like, oh, my God, you look like a gangster. And he's all dressed up to the tees or whatever. So another punk band, Phoenix, Texas, was the intro to their album. And I didn't know what it was from back then, like 94. I hadn't seen this yet.
So, do you think that the way they dress is all about one-upping someone else? Because you've got the collars on the ties, and they're just kind of at a 45-degree angle. And then you see a couple more with they're kind of at a 33-degree angle. And then you got Joe Pesci just at a 0-degree angle. They're
Right.
just together. You can't even see the knot of the tie because they're just
I think
two
it's just
collars pushed together.
Something of the time. But one of the things about gangster stuff that's weird to me is that when I think about it in my mind, it was many, many moons ago. But this happened during our lifetime. At the end of the day, the character that Tommy is based upon, when he's fucking taken down, it was John Gotti that shot him. And John Gotti is
Is it really?
It was. And he is a fucking mob boss from our day.
Right.
So all of this was happening when we were kids.
Wow. Yeah.
And it seems like this would be like back before there was like organized
like
law
a long,
and shit.
like
It's
Godfather
like the
days.
Wild West
Nope.
and shit, you know? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
You got some nerve standing me up. Nobody does that to me. Who the hell do you think you are? Frankie Valli or some kind of big shot?
Speaking of crazy.
Yeah, well, the thing about Frankie Valli is, you know that Joe Pesci, the real live Joe Pesci, was involved with Frankie Valli back when Frankie Valli was coming up. Joe Pesci was, in fact, if you go see the play that's about, what's it called?
Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys. They actually mentioned Joe Pesci
really?
a few times. Yeah.
Wow,
he was
crazy.
actually involved with them.
Like in a producer
I
sort of
think
way,
more of like I think he was like a friend from the neighborhood kind of thing and helped him out from time to time. Yeah, you could definitely look that up. I mean, that's real shit.
Huh, I didn't know that.
What do we think about Karen?
She is a Deborah Winger-like person that I
so you
fucking
can't stand her. So I'm looking at pictures of her. She got better looking with age, and it's kind of gone downhill a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this. That scene where she sticks the gun in her panties.
That did it for you?
Well, that's like the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No.
I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know. I just want to see you stick a gun in your panties.
Me?
Yeah. That's what I want for my birthday.
There's no room.
It's my birthday tomorrow.
She has some bad acting.
She gets all Sean Young, huh?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Well, no, who did what?
This guy who lives across the street from me that I've known all my life.
I've known all my life.
Yeah, see, you know what's interesting about that is
what the fuck? Is that how you would do it if someone assaulted you? I've known him all my life.
Right. You know that. But you know they use a whole scene to set that guy up, right? The whole deal where they're at the tennis club and they just signed for it. Don't feel like they even needed that. I don't really feel like because when we were watching that, I'm just like, what is the point of them being here again?
I didn't really buy that he would have done that in the first place.
Right, that he would have roughed her up a little bit.
Yeah,
and why was she in the car with him in the first place too?
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird, but he got his ass kicked.
What do you want, fucko? You want something? Huh?
Oh, hey! What are you doing?
Oh.
I swear my fucking mother, if you touch her again, you're dead!
Don't shoot!
What do you want?
Don't shoot! That was my favorite, when the guy was like, don't shoot, and he has a little Coke.
What
Coke
do you
bottle.
want, fucko?
I had to cut out, like, 20 of the pistol whippings, because it was, like, going on forever. So
he doesn't stop. He gives him a couple of more after he's done talking, too. Yeah, I bet that hurt quite a lot. Then, of course, he walks up, hey, hide this.
I know there are women like my best friends who would have gotten out of there the minute their boyfriend gave them a gun to hide. But I didn't. I gotta admit the truth. It turned me on.
And why wouldn't it? So I love the first time Henry sees the guy shot and he, starts to try to help him outside the pizza place and he's like got the apron and he's done and whatever. And he goes, you fucking asshole. You wasted 8 aprons on this guy. Then he walks away. We got to toughen this kid up.
Right. Did it look to you like the kid has been smoking pot like all day in every scene?
Definitely. Yeah,
Holy
he definitely had a
shit.
thing about his eyes, didn't he?
Yeah, they were just glassy and watery and red.
Like when they sort of get caught with the cigarettes and whatnot, and it's selling the cigarettes, and he's just like, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
that was
okay.
awesome.
It's all right.
I
It's
thought
like,
that was genius.
Because he could. Well, the thing was, is that kid doesn't know how to ad lib, so he's like getting arrested. He's just, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's all right. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
You see Tommy just fucking, okay, I'm fucking out of here.
Right.
Of course, that leads into the whole, you broke your cherry as he's leaving. The entire
In the
mob
jail.
is there
Right.
at the court. But one of my favorite lines ever is as he's leaving the whatever, he gets off or whatever. But you can tell that he's getting off because it's a mob thing. Because basically the judge looks at his lawyer.
There's winks all over
There's
the place.
winks there, whatever. So then he's walking out, and Jimmy pulls him aside and just goes, 2 things to remember. Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
That's the one thing.
Fucking good.
But it's one thing. It's the same
It's
thing.
the same thing. Exactly.
It should have just been 2 things to remember. Always keep your mouth shut. Refer to rule number 1.
Repeat.
I used to call him Spit Shine Tommy. I swear to God. Oh, he'd make your shoes look like fucking mirrors. Excuse my language. He was terrific. He was the best. And he made a lot of money, too. Salud, Tommy.
No more shines, Billy.
What?
I said no more shines. Maybe you didn't hear about it. You've been away a long time. They didn't go up there and tell you. I don't shine shoes anymore.
Relax, will you? For crying out, what's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit, that's all. I'm only kidding with you.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
I mean, I'm only kidding with you. We're having a party. I mean, I just came home. I haven't seen you in a long time, and I'm breaking your balls, and right away you're getting fucking fresh. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry, too. It's okay. No problem.
Okay, salute. Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Motherfucking you fucking piece of shit.
That was a long clip, but that's the setup for the whole. That's the whole reason
really
why.
Is.
Yeah.
And how good is Frank Vincent?
Yeah, he's
And
great.
he's
He
so
tried
good.
out for the Polly part.
It probably wouldn't have made more sense. I think that you had to be heavy to play the Polly part because that's what you
had to be
think
slow.
of. Well, yeah, exactly. But that's what you think of when you think of the mob boss,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
as being like a heavier dude. But you know, but I love how as he's walking out, he's got to take his date home. And then he's walking out. He's like, "Keep him here."
I don't
and
know
boy,
how-
do they keep him there.
I don't know how the guy who gets killed. I don't know how his friends don't automatically know it's him, and maybe they do, and maybe they're at home plotting one day because he does eventually get killed for it.
For that,
So maybe they knew the whole time, but he's out. Keep him here, and then he leaves.
Yeah. And then he comes back, and they're there. He's there with Jimmy. He ends up dead. And you know, and here's the other thing that I thought of. So Tommy isn't made, and he kills a made man.
Right.
Jimmy 100% helped kill the guy that gets no responsibility for it at all.
Right, but well, think about it in the perspective of his henchmen. All they know is there was a fight with Jimmy. He ended up dead, or not Jimmy, but
with Tommy.
With Tommy, he ended up dead.
Yeah.
They don't know that Jimmy was involved at all.
Right.
And, you know, the only people that could have told them were those two, and they weren't going to say Jimmy did it. So.
Yeah, but you're right. That does sets it all up. I mean, it's basically
It's the intro of the movie. That's how we start the movie.
Yep.
Yep.
It's
Taking the
going
body
and
and
taking
what
the
the hell
body
is
to
that
bury
sound in
them.
the back of the car?
Yep.
And then the whole reason that everything goes to shit at the end.
100%. Well, that and...
Well, Pesci getting killed takes the protection off of the other two. and
Well, but
it
the
just falls
paranoia
apart.
that Jimmy feels after the heist, after Lufthansa,
Oh, yeah,
where
that
he
has
just
to do
starts
with it
killing
too,
everybody,
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
he's off the rails at this point.
Yeah. How does he get away with killing all those people? That's what's crazy.
I mean, there's just no...
I mean, isn't there someone above him going, hey, stop killing all the people?
Right. Yeah. I mean, you would think so, but here's the thing. No, because Paulie wasn't even involved in that heist. Think
Yeah.
about it. Jimmy has all the money.
And those little peons, he probably doesn't care about.
No, and no, the gang that they raised was all. It was one of the guy who stole the van was a guy that played guitar outside the freaking cab stand or whatever.
Right.
Stacks or whatever, and you know, and then the
Fucking
wig guy.
This proves that Samuel L. Jackson is in every single movie that's ever been made ever.
Wait, what?
That's Samuel L. Jackson.
I did not.
Are you serious?
No,
you were kidding me. You didn't notice that was Samuel L. Jackson?
I didn't notice. I really did not notice. Holy crap! Because that's. Wait a minute. It's not.
Yes, it is.
Yep, you're right. Stax Edwards, Samuel L. Jackson, and that's so. I mean, again.
He's in everything.
He's the biggest blockbuster actor of all time.
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford, after this, I heard someone say after this movie that he is now, but yeah, he definitely was.
After the Star Wars, but Samuel L. Jackson's like, I'm just trying to get in another Star Wars anyway.
Yeah, I'll be in the next one.
Yeah, whatever happens. Like, we're good friends. I'm getting into a Star Wars.
Right.
So the wedding.
Right.
First of all, I thought, I don't know why I found it humorous that all of the mob are at a Jewish wedding, and he's not even Jewish.
No.
At all.
No. He's Irish.
And there they
Sicilian.
are, you know? And then I think the thing that gets me constantly is just the money. Just the line of people just giving her the money or whatever. And then they're dancing, and she's like, what
the
about
money.
Yeah, what about the money? He goes, you mean the bag of money? She goes, nobody's going to steal that here.
No,
not at all. I thought the line was like, she goes, there was 24 Pollies at the wedding, and they were all married to a lady named Marie, and they all named their daughters Marie. I have never once in my life known a man named Polly.
No. Well, I know. Paul.
Yeah, I know.
And I call him Polly.
Yeah. Do you call him Polly?
Actually, I call him Polly Chipmunk because that's what his grandmother called him or something.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So we got a body in the car, and we have to stop at Mom's for a meal.
There's a trivia that says although Scorsese and Pileggi collaborated on the screenplay, and received Oscar nominations for doing so, much of the film's eventual dialogue was improvised by the actors.
Right.
This scene at the table was 100% improvised.
No kidding.
Yep.
Why don't you get yourself a nice girl?
I get a nice one almost every night, Ma.
Yeah, but get yourself a girl so you could settle down. That's what I mean.
settle down almost every night, but then in the morning I'm free. I love you. I want to be with you.
Isn't that Martin Scorsese's mom?
Yes.
Yeah, and his dad plays one of the gangsters. And what's cool is they're in a bunch of his movies.
Yeah.
They're in all of the big ones. So I thought that was really cool.
The big ones being
Godfather, I believe. Oh, sorry, you got me on that. You're all serious tonight.
I know.
You're still trying to you're still trying to bounce back from our argument, and you're not drinking.
We didn't have an argument.
I know we didn't.
I like this one. One dog goes one way and the other dog goes the other way.
One is going east and the other one is going west. So what?
And this guy's saying, what do you want from me? Guy's got a nice head of white hair. Look how beautiful with the dog. It looks the same.
Looks like somebody we know.
and at that point, Henry's so uncomfortable because he's like, that guy is literally dead in the car. Did you hear though the part where he goes, "Mom, I need to borrow a knife.
Right.
I'll bring the knife back, Ma." And then he fillets the dude, just fillets him.
The deer. He got his. He got his foot. What is that? What is that?
A hoof?
It's a hoof.
Yeah, he got his hoof caught. I got to tell you a story about Ray Liotta. This is a good point to do it. So when we were casting for the "When We Die" video from Bowling for Soup, it's
When We Die is a song of yours.
When We Die is a song of ours.
Okay.
And in the video, I'm essentially estranged from my parents. And the whole song is about how, you don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow kind of thing. We got to kind of try to peel
I haven't heard this one.
Reel this all back. That doesn't surprise me. That's okay. Anyway, I was trying to get Ray Liotta to play my dad, and we got him.
Really?
And at that point, he started endorsing some kind of vodka drink or whatever, and he had to be in Europe, so he had to back out. So I ended up getting Ed Begley Jr. to be my dad. However, we hired Ed Begley Jr. and I'm in Europe. I'm actually in Norwich, UK.
Was that Luke Grant? Who is
Ed Begley Jr. He's the dude that like his whole house is solar powered. He was in
the tall, lanky guy.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
So, and I wanted somebody recognizable, so I thought that would be interesting. So we get him, and I get a call. I'm in Norwich, UK, and it's my manager. He goes, "Well, I got some good news and some bad news. You want the good news or the bad news first?" I go, "I guess I'll take the good news." He goes,
"Free solar panels."
He goes, "Well, Lee Majors wants to play your dad. Or in this video. The bad news is you have to fire Ed Begley Jr." And I go, "Fuck it, just see what happens. Like, I'll take the $6 Million Man and the Fall Guy."
So I've seen pictures of you together. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah, and we actually got to be really close friends, and we stay in touch. He actually lives in Houston now and comes back and forth.
Cool.
So if you guys don't remember,
seems like an awesome guy.
The best. Just all he wanted to do was just hang out and talk all day. He was just so kind.
That's so awesome.
And actually, he looked at me. So in the video, I'm like, my parents have to ignore me, and I'm set up in their living room with a rock band just singing my heart out or whatever, so I have to like sing in his ear. And he just looks up at me after one take. He's just like, "Is there any way to sing quieter? Like, aren't you supposed to lip sync at a video?" And I'm just like, "Well, it doesn't look real on camera if you lip sync, so
that's pretty,
I'll do my best."
Spitting on his ear.
I was probably spitting a little bit in there, but that's my Ray Liotta
Did you not
story.
give him a earplug or something?
We didn't give him an earplug. No, we kept it. We
nice.
kept it organic, so to speak.
I thought you said I was all right, Spider. So
No, you ain't all right, Spidey. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right, Spider.
I am all right. You ain't all right, you little fucking prick.
I thought I am.
You've been doing this all fucking night to me, you motherfucker.
You want a drink now?
Yeah, and this is Joe Pesci at his best.
Oh my God! Half these people were on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like that kid was one of the major characters in The Sopranos.
That's right. Yeah. What's crazy about it is that he's such a ruthless, just ass, and just the most evil person. But we laugh.
Yeah.
We laugh at these things. Like it's hilarious that he shoots the guy in the foot. You know,
and you know that you think I'm funny. Why do you think I'm funny? That's something he heard as a kid in a place, in a bar or whatever. I can't remember. Yeah. A real gangster did that bit.
Yeah.
So he stole that bit from an actual gangster that did that to someone else.
I love that.
He shoots him in the foot. He tells him to go fuck himself. Tom, you gonna let him get away with that? You gonna let this fucking punk get away with that? What's the matter with you? What's the world coming to?
What the fucking world is coming to? How do you like that? How's that, all right?
What's the fucking matter with you?
What's the world
What
coming
is
to?
the fucking matter with you? What are you, stupid or what? Tommy, I'm kidding with you. What the fuck are you doing? Are you a fucking sick maniac?
I don't know if you're kidding. What do you mean you're kidding? You're breaking my fucking balls?
I'm fucking kidding with you. You fucking shoot the guy?
Now let's talk about Break My Balls.
Okay.
It sounds awesome when gangsters say it, but Baba Booey says it on the Howard Stern show all the time.
Yeah.
Like 2 to 3 times an episode, and
Right.
it drives me crazy.
Is it the break part?
I don't know.
Because we say busting balls all the time.
I don't. It's just busting my balls just all the time. Like, it just seems like every once in a while you could be like, he was joking around with me, or he was giving me shit.
Yeah, but you gotta admit that they're actually busting his balls constantly on that show.
Well, they are busting his balls.
God, poor guy. I don't know how he didn't commit suicide at this point.
Well, I mean, at this point, he's made a nice living, and
Yeah.
I think he actually says it best. He realized pretty early on that being the punching bag was going to be his character, and he very seldom lashes out. He
Right.
takes a lot of shit.
Yes, he does.
But again, he's able to give a lot of shit too, because he's everybody's boss except for the people on the microphones.
So Howard re-upped for like 5 more years?
5 more years, yeah, and then
And
he
last year?
says this is it, yeah. So
Well, he said
just
this
at the
was
end
it
of the year.
before.
Yeah, he does. That's how they do. I mean, it's actually got to be ridiculous because every time he comes up for another contract, it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and you have to wait to the last day, and they act like the staff doesn't know and shit.
Yeah, but that's a
Sure,
negotiating ploy.
Well, it's that, and it's makes for interesting radio. I mean, you don't give away all of it.
Why did he do it? Did he say why he did it? Did he do it because he wanted his people to get more money?
I think it was just that, he's not doing AGT, and
he's done with that?
He's done with America's Got Talent, and I think basically he did a deal where they're essentially going to be able to digitize everything, and all of his past shows are going to be available on demand. So it's essentially going to be making his entire legacy something that we can literally go back and listen to at will.
That's because I want to hear all the interviews.
Right.
The interviews to me are forever topical.
And maybe we should let people in on. So who we're talking about is a shock jock named Howard Stern.
Which, by the way, would be an
From
awesome...
the DC area. If you're from that area, you might know him.
He has an awesome movie, Private Parts.
Very true.
Oh, we got to do that.
That would be
I would love to do it. Now, the
one
thing
to
about
do.
it is that with that movie is I do listen to that show religiously, because I think I've said on here before, I don't like to listen to music in the car because my brain tends to be so focused on it, I forget where I'm going. I will drive
on music.
Yeah, if I'm listening to music, I'm completely locked in. Doesn't matter if I even like it.
Really?
It's just what happens to me. And I drive 20 minutes out of the way all the time. So I just try not to listen to music in the car. And so I listen to talk. When there's not good sports radio on, it's Howard Stern. And he's managed to go from, having porn stars in the studio all the time to literally making his show into a soap opera built around his staff.
Right.
And it's sheer genius. I was talking about this in the meeting that we had before this podcast, and that, they literally get into these people's lives. Some of it is obviously shtick,
right?
But the shtick is great. So that's kind of what keeps me going back.
The whole show is meta.
But you are exactly right. He is the greatest interviewer, probably in the history of.
I think so.
Of media.
The way he pulls stuff out of people, they're so disarmed, and I'm like, that would never come out on any other show. Oprah, nothing.
No. Well, Casey says that Oprah's pretty good about the same thing. I wouldn't know, but
not shit. I care
definitely
about.
would. I definitely wouldn't think that Barbara Walters would be in that category, and she's definitely
Barbara Wawa.
Baba Wawa.
Hello? Open the door! Answer me! I'm gonna tell everyone who walks in this building that until Rossi, you are nothing but a whore!
So this is when he's seeing Janice, right?
Yeah. No. This is... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the first one. What's the second one?
This is Janice. Well, then the other one is Sandy, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But this Janice, has been in a bunch of stuff.
She's hot.
She is very hot. Gina Mastro.
Wait, let me see a picture.
Hold on, I'm going to find a picture that you would know her from, because
is she blonde or brown?
It's like dishwater, but we definitely know this chick.
Yeah, I know her.
She's been in other stuff, guys.
She was in
The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. Great movie. She was in Jungle Fever. Holy shit, she's dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she died on May 2nd, 2001 in California.
Of?
Does not say, but she was only 39 years old.
It was coke.
That's the punchline. I can't go any further with that.
Okay.
The guy we roughed up turned out to have a sister working as a typist for the FBI. Who could believe it? Of all the fucking people, she gave up everybody. Jimmy, me, even her brother.
He's friends of me.
Took the jury 6 hours to bring us in guilty. Judge gave Jimmy and me 10 years like he was giving away candy.
10 years in a federal penitentiary.
So, there are aspects of this movie that I think seem a little outlandish, and I wonder what your take on this. Like, how, obviously some of it is made into to be more of a movie thing, but I mean, like, what do you feel like as far as like Henry Hill is concerned? How much of it do you feel like is real?
I think they even talked about that 90% of it was
He
real.
says, and he says that the Tommy character, who is just based on another Tommy, and Jimmy's based on another Jimmy, and
Jimmy is two people put into one person.
That's
Jimmy
correct.
Connolly or whatever, and then somebody else.
Gentle Jimmy or some shit like that. He says that Tommy is 99.9% dead on. They do say in several articles that I read that during the prison they had what was called Gangster Row. And that this is the way it was.
Yeah.
They got special treatment. They got special food. They got, they were wearing their own clothes. I mean, did you see in the one part where they're showing Paulie and like behind him is his little bedroom set up and there's like a lamp and just a nice bed and all that.
It took me about a week of sneaking around before I could unload the Pittsburgh stuff, but when I did, it was a real score. I started using Sandy's place to mix the stuff, and even with Sandy snorting more than she mixed, I could see that this was a really good business. I made $12,000 in my second week. I had a down payment on my house, and things were really rolling.
Obviously, this is kind of where the wheels come off. I mean, Paulie says to him, don't get into the shit. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't include Jimmy on anything.
Slaps him in the face.
And he literally goes out and does everything he tells him not to do. Right. One of the things about this, though, is how he got into it. And maybe this clarifies what I was saying earlier about Karen bringing the stuff in. Because Paulie's out of jail. By the time
he was only in there for a year.
Yeah, so when Karen's bringing the stuff, bringing him the bread and the drugs and all that stuff.
Paulie was gone.
Paulie's gone, and he's just like, we're on our own.
Right.
Don't go to him for anything.
Right.
And that was one of the things. So maybe that clarifies, maybe life wasn't as great once once the mob boss was gone.
Right.
But the whole Pittsburgh thing had kind of started to hint around, and then after he gets out, it's fucking on.
But what is awesome after he gets out is the fucking music now.
Dude, I actually thought, so I'm glad you brought that up. I thought the soundtrack as a whole was just absolutely amazing.
Great. It like time machines you from the start to finish. You don't really notice it, but it's like, before it's like in the 50s, late 50s or something, it's like that big band, like you said, Frankie Valli kind of time.
Yeah.
And then you get into the 60s and it starts getting a little more rock and roll, and then I'm not sure if they I think they get in the 70s, right?
Do you remember the conversation, speaking of music, where they're when he's like, Friday nights are for girlfriends, Saturday nights for wives, and they're out with the girlfriend, and the girl starts talking about Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, the impressions, they sound just like the guy. Like, I could just see how you could fall in love with him or whatever. It's just like, stops, like, fucking what? Surely you're not serious about that.
Right.
Oh man, but
yeah, because they skip 10 years, so it's probably like 50s, and then skip 10 years, which is the 60s, and when he gets out, it's now the 70s, and all the rock's out. And
my favorite thing, though, and Quentin Tarantino is famous for doing this, but during the big killing scene where they're stomping the guy from the shoeshine box thing,
right? Mm-hmm.
They play this Donovan song there, and it's so upbeat and just like insanely perfect. You
Yeah.
know, Quentin does that in Reservoir Dogs. You know, when he's setting the cop on fire or whatever, and they just play the happiest song in the world, and he's fucking lighting this dude on fire. Right. It's fucking crazy how music can just make or break a scene like that.
Totally, yeah.
And these are the guys that Jimmy put together for what turned out to be the biggest heist in American history, the Lufthansa heist.
Even as Jimmy's putting together, as these people are walking in, you're like, okay, this is the rigmarole here. You know, they like you said, they've got stacks who used to play guitar out in front of the shop, and they got the toupee guy or whatever,
Right.
who is like instrumental, I guess, in bringing the idea to the table. And that poor guy, man, it just doesn't go well, does it?
Was it Maury or something?
Yeah, it just does not go well for him at all.
Are you being a fucking wise guy with me? Huh?
I'm sorry.
What did I tell you?
apologize.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? You don't buy anything, you hear me? Don't buy anything.
Yeah, and people start buying the shit.
Fucking idiots. I mean, come on.
No, I agree. I mean, they come in, big fur coat, come in, they got the pink
No,
Cadillac.
it's totally cool. I put it in my mother's name.
Yeah.
No, dummy.
No.
It's the perception
Exactly.
that all of a
You're
sudden you're
walking
getting
around.
new stuff.
Right.
Of course they know you're going to put it in your mother's
You're
name.
driving around in a freaking pink
What are you,
Cadillac.
idiot?
Idiot. Yeah, but we just got married, you know? Oh, I
It's
made
his
it.
wedding present.
He just keeps asking him, what were you thinking? What's the matter with you?
Oh, my
What's the matter? He
God.
just keeps asking him. It's just so uncomfortable.
And then the Afro guy. Oh my God, that guy.
Oh,
cracks me
love
up.
that dude. Love that
He
guy.
reminds me of from Vacation.
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy.
Yeah,
He reminds me.
he
of that
does
guy.
have
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral. The fuck you looking at? Come on, make that coffee to go. Let's go. The fuck you doing? It's a joke. A joke. Put the fucking pot down. You gotta take coffee.
He's got like the French press. He's just gonna make up some coffee. You know, so funny.
It reminded me of the cannoli line in The Godfather. But that guy, the Eugene Levy guy, every time he talks, what is he talking in Italian or something?
No, the thing is you just can't understand a word he says. So
Not
like,
a word.
Everything's just gibberish. That's
It's
his
gibberish.
character. I can't remember what his name is. We should find out. But... So wait.
Well, there's nothing to worry about. Didn't you tell him?
Nah, I didn't tell him yet. What? Guess what? They're gonna make him.
Oh boy, and boy are they gonna make him.
Gonna make him his head all over the floor.
No shit, right? And just roll him up in a fucking carpet. Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like is starts out real early. Like, I gotta do that thing for you. I gotta do that thing. Everybody's gotta do that thing or whatever. But then he goes, he's at Polly's house for Sunday dinner that one time, and he just like, you know, hey man, what'd you find out about that thing? And he's like, that thing? You mean the thing like upstate?
Yeah.
No, that the other thing with the guy. Okay, I'm not picking up on that. Let me see. If I
It's so obvious, too.
It's the thing about the guy and the stuff.
That's when I knew Jimmy was gonna whack Maury. That's how it happens. That's how fast it takes for a guy to get whacked.
The music. Oh.
Yeah.
But I love that line. That's how fast it takes to get whacked.
Absolutely. And it was among the Italians. It's some real greaseball shit.
We always called each other Goodfellas. Like you'd say to somebody, you're gonna like this guy, he's all right. He's a good fella, he's one of us. You understand? We were good fellas, wise guys.
So the phone call, Jimmy goes out.
Yeah, the Goodfellas line is as he's going off to get
Yeah.
made, quote unquote.
Yeah, and then, Jimmy gets the call. And you could tell, like, he really did love that kid.
Right.
He loved him. He had taken him under his wing. And, him being made was going to make them, essentially. Their
Right.
gang was untouchable at that point.
Right.
And so kind of sad, And then the deal with it's like they even shot him in the face so his mother couldn't open the casket at his funeral.
And he's all, oh no! Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, damn it! Walked right into this.
All day I thought the guys in the helicopter were just local cops busting my balls over Lufthansa. They turned out to be narcs.
So at this point where
This is where the tone changes.
I mean, everything had gotten crazy. I mean, he's looking up and he's just doing so much coke. It's crazy. Let's talk about the girl who played Sandy.
The
the second girlfriend.
She was on Entourage. She was the
That's right.
publicist.
Yes, that's right. So like oddly hot or no?
Yeah, weirdly hot. Yeah.
She's got kind of a thing, but I mean, better young than older. I think. Like
Yeah.
not as much on Entourage as here.
No.
But and I also like the, mixing it up with the tank top on. I like that part.
All right.
That was just all right. Got it. By the way, Henny Youngman played himself in this movie. Just putting that out there for you, Rich.
All right, thanks.
Where's the stuff that I left, Karen?
I flushed it down the toilet.
You what?
What was I supposed to do? They were all over the house.
Karen, that was worth $60,000. I need that money. That's all we got.
What was I supposed to do?
Karen!
They were in everything.
That's all the money that we had, Karen. I was dependent on that. Why did you do that?
I had to
Karen,
do it.
what?
They were gonna find it.
Fuck, Karen, they would have never
They would
found
have found
it.
it. I swear to you, Henry. I swear, Henry, they would have found it.
Why did you do that? Why?
How empathetic did you get for her? Because she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You had to flush it.
I took the initiative to actually go up there and do that. I kept myself out of jail so I could keep your kids, and there you are. We just put the house up for auction or for
Like
we
they're
just,
not going to find it.
so insane. And he gets arrested because going out to get the girl's hat.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts.
Ugh.
Drove me crazy. And that's the reason, and she's the reason they got busted.
Throat, yeah.
I guess. I mean, they were being watched anyway, right? I mean,
It was inevitable,
yeah,
really.
it's going to happen. And they were falling apart.
Yeah. Ugh. And when I imagine this is how most criminals get caught. They get away with it for so long. They take shortcuts. They get lazy, and then that's when they get them. And
Right.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
They were just taking shortcuts.
Well, and also, like, just getting into that business in the first place, he was warned. I mean, he don't get into the dirty stuff because this is where things are going to go really bad. And boy, did they. And of course, again,
or just don't do it when you're selling it.
well, that's the biggie. That's what I was going to say. Like, just, the girlfriend was snorting as much as she was mixing, he said.
Right.
Your Honor, please let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, James Conway. Mr. Hill, do you also know a man by the name of Paul Cicero?
Yes.
Do you see him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
So all leading up to this, obviously this is the point of the movie. This is, I don't mean the point of the movie, but obviously we all know this is where it's going to go because
the penultimate scene.
Yeah.
This is the ending.
But I love the meeting where they're meeting with the guy about and she's just like, I'm never going to see my parents. Yeah, no. And quite frankly, I don't even care if you go, at all. Right. But you're the gateway to him, so they're going to fucking kill you and your kids. Man, witness protection sounds terrible, except for in the movie My Blue Heaven.
I felt like that Jimmy gave him Jimmy basically made it to where he had to rat Jimmy out.
Yes, 100%.
Because
he was going to die.
Or he was going to die.
Yeah.
There was only two
he had
options.
Killed everybody else.
I think there was no way he would have done that if Jimmy hadn't been so obvious that he was going to kill him.
Yeah, he's ratting out everybody who made him what he was and what he wanted to be. This was his dream. This is what he got everything he ever wanted in life because of these guys. And here it is, And
then they break the fourth wall.
When I was broke, I would go out and rob some more. We ran everything. We paid off cops, we paid off lawyers, we paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over.
That's it. Yeah. Which
Did you think that was kind of a weird scene?
I
He
did.
broke the fourth wall like that?
I did. Yeah. I thought, especially since it hadn't been done at all. I mean, I get it now because he's addressing it, that it's all over. And again, it's just narration that turns.
It's like the narrator just pops out.
Exactly. And that's just it.
It was an artistic move, and I didn't hate it at all. It just was like, whoa.
Almost could have just kind of frozen their faces and him just been like, and now it's all over, in the gravelly narrator voice thing.
Right. Artistic
It's such
choice.
a fucking great movie altogether.
Awesome.
That you kind of, I don't know, I don't guess we can pick and choose. I feel like anything bad I've said about the movie, I have to really try. I'm just coming up with shit to talk about.
Today everything is different. There's no action. I have to wait around like everyone else. Can't even get decent food. Right after I got here, I ordered some spaghetti with marinara sauce, and I got egg noodles and ketchup. I'm an average nobody. Get to live the rest of my life like a schnook.
Yeah, until he gets busted later and for dealing drugs again.
Did you like the sequel to this movie?
Was there a sequel?
Yeah. What?
What was the sequel?
My Blue Heaven. Steve Martin. No, seriously, it is the sequel.
No.
Yes. It's Henry Hill.
Is it really
in
Henry
Witness
Hill?
Protection
No.
Program? Yes, that's what My Blue Heaven was.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just said My Blue Heaven a minute ago. That's so crazy. Is that real? Was he involved in that movie at all?
I don't know. They may have taken like a script that was going to be serious and just turned it into a comedy or something.
I can't even imagine. I mean,
but it's based on the last scene of this movie.
Yeah, I get that. Steve Martin's so over the top and silly.
Mm-hmm.
But a great movie, and him and Rick Moranis together are always good.
Right. He did that movie instead of Ace Ventura.
Are you serious? He was good.
Oh.
All in all, though, man, I big fan. This is one of the ones that I've watched this movie 1,000 times. I guess for the most part, though, I just sort of come in at different times and don't really watch it all the way through. Man, it's long.
Yeah, it's really long.
I mean, long.
Yep.
Longer than your wiener.
Yeah, I wonder because you think our kids will have that TV watching type experience where they just, because I don't think that, because none of my kids watch TV like on cable. They just watch Netflix or YouTube or stuff like that. They don't, it's not like they just come sit down and watch whatever's on.
Mine do, but I don't know. I mean, they also.
But it's TV. They just watch whatever's on.
They do, yeah. They come down. I mean, they really like the sort of where that new kids sitcom is, that Nickelodeon show, like Good Luck Charlie and.
But do they? They don't
Casey
go to like
Undercover.
TBS and go and just there's a movie that's halfway through and jump into the movie halfway.
No,
through.
that doesn't happen. It's
That's
more,
what I'm talking
more
about. That's
shows,
the only way to
but more,
see
more
like,
television
what you're
shows.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. No, I get that. But I mean,
but it's television shows they've probably seen 40 times because they're all reruns. Because my kids were the same way on Nickelodeon. They just rerun the same show 40 times that week, and then the next week they have the new show and they rerun that. 40 times.
but I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jack will sit there and come across a movie that's on and jump in the middle of it, and especially if it's something where I'm just like, you should see this.
But are you watching it or are they watching it? Do they turn on the TV?
It could just be that he turns on the TV and flips around to see what's up. But I will say that he is it's less movies, more like with him, Animal Planet,
right?
Things like that, and definitely less. I mean, honestly, Casey is the only one that even watches the movie channels here because I don't do that. I really don't. I don't either. I don't jump in the middle of stuff. If I want to watch something, I just put it on.
Yep, me too. I don't even have cable anymore. I just download shows and movies and I'll pick a season and I'll binge it, and then if I want to see a movie, then I'll sit down and I'll watch the whole movie.
I feel like that's probably where we're headed. I mean, as of right now, the reason to have cable is ESPN. But ESPN and sports stuff, and then obviously there's so many sports. So it's like, I like to watch soccer and golf on TV on weekends. Both of those are on, and I can see.
That just baffles my mind. How
I can
someone
see
can
it.
sit there and just watch golf.
I don't just sit there and watch golf. I have golf on while I'm doing other stuff, or like I call it a golf nap. If I'm going to take a weekend nap, I like to get in my chair, have golf on, and
that'll put me to sleep.
Exactly. No, I don't disagree. Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. But you don't play golf, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so that'd be silly to watch it, because when you do watch it, you're watching for there are strategic things that you learn just by watching someone do it, and it's different from other sports because you and I aren't
You
going to
don't golf enough to care about that, do you?
I do, yeah.
Really?
I mean, I golf probably more than you think I do.
Okay.
I haven't recently, but
right.
I mean, winter really isn't the time to do that, even though we haven't had it. But I mean, I've been touring and things like that. But
sure,
I'll golf a lot more in the spring and summer than until it gets 118. But spring and fall, definitely golfy times.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Friends, I'll allow it. But yeah, golf is one of those things where you can actually learn something by watching. You and I aren't going to become competitive basketball players ever.
No, never.
Football or whatever. So those sports you watch for the sake of watching them. It's almost like how you watch UFC. You're not really watching to learn how to fight. You like
I actually do learn how to fight using.
Yeah?
Like in my dreams, I fight very well now.
Do you?
Yeah, I didn't
That's
before
awesome.
the UFC.
Yeah.
But like in my dreams,
Now
and
you
I'm
know
not
what
even
to
kidding.
do.
This isn't even a
No.
shtick.
I actually can
in my
see what you're saying.
dreams, I've had fights before, and I'll throw punches and they never really land. Do you have that thing where you can't punch somebody?
You can't run. You can't. Your legs are jelly. You can't punch.
I can run. It's just punching. If I try to punch someone in the face, it's super soft when it gets to their
exactly.
their face.
I have that all the time.
So when I started watching UFC and getting all into it and like learning, like I'll listen to Joe Rogan and I'll like learn stuff. Like when you're on this side of him, you're grappling on this way, then you want your hips to be like this. I'm actually absorbing that, and you hear it enough times that I actually think it now. Like it's instinctual, and I haven't even done any of this stuff in real life, but in my dreams I do it, and it works. So I win all my fights in my dreams now, all of them.
See, that's why I watch porn, because when I have sex during my dreams, I am so good, and I definitely learn it by watching.
Everyone that wants to know how to have sex should watch porn.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
Yeah,
we're not advocating porn in any way,
or fighting, or
fighting.
The air conditioner just kicked on, but we're about done anyway, so we'll just be nice and cool during the end of this.
Awesome.
All in all, though, Goodfellas, it stood up. It's aged well, although it's not that old. I mean, what, 26 years old? You ever think about that? Like, think about how, like, so this is the kind of thing that I think I've talked about this before, but it's like, if you go back to when you were like 13, 14 years old, so a movie that was 25 years old at that time was fucking made in the 60s or late 50s. Remember how old they seemed? But now a 25-year-old movie doesn't seem that old to me.
Yeah.
And it's the same with music too. Like,
yeah, we've talked about that.
We have talked about. But have I told
triangle.
you the marching band story? Like, it's the triangle thing. Yeah, where
you just have more and more to choose from,
and there's access to so much,
right? Yeah.
That things are just getting better quicker.
I think the reason that we like the movie so much is because Tom Cruise was first choice for the Henry Hill character.
Oh no!
And we love all Tom Cruise movies, so that's probably why.
I don't hate on Tom Cruise, but I would have hated
I hate Tom
that.
Cruise.
I don't.
I hate him.
I don't.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, I don't hate on Tom Cruise.
I don't even like him in the movies he's in. But the movies themselves as a whole are always awesome.
Man, I'll tell you this. I'm not a huge fan, and I hadn't seen a Tom Cruise movie. I will say, I mean, he does such a good job in certain things. Like, so Jack really wanted to go see the newer Mission Impossible movie when it came out. And I've never watched a Mission Impossible movie in my life. Not once. And I took him to see it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was
awesome.
so good.
It was amazing.
And I just absolutely loved it.
Could have been the best one of the series too.
And then what's the Ben, not Ben Affleck, but what's the Ben Stiller movie where you don't go full retard?
I love that movie, Tropic Thunder.
His character in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
I want you
that was the next thing after the couch.
Face. Punch him in the fucking face. Like, that is so good. I want you to go over there and punch the director in the fucking face.
That was after his sofa thing. He did his sofa thing and then got sort of ostracized by the public for a while, and then that was his sort of comeback,
right?
And it was kind of perfect.
So good.
Madonna was supposed to be the Lorraine Bracco Karen character.
See, at that point, to me, it becomes cartoony.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't feel like it would have worked the same.
It would have been a different movie, I think. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, because there's no cartoon aspects to any of this. I thought all of it, though insane, it's pretty much all believable.
Definitely.
I don't
absolutely.
not believe anything that happens.
No, I was sold on everything. Did you know, or what would you think about Alec Baldwin being Henry Hill?
I'd have to think of Alec Baldwin at that age, because
he's young. This was like Marion Man age.
Yeah, so he would have done great.
He looked amazing at that point.
Yeah,
too.
he would have done fantastic. Actually, Alec Baldwin is a true talent.
Fuck, he's so good,
and
I can't stand him personally.
He gets a lot of flack for being an asshole.
He's a total asshole, but he is outstanding. One of the best actors ever.
One of the best actors ever, and just he's amazing. He adapts to anything.
On 30 Rock.
On 30 Rock or whatever.
God.
And then just on Saturday Night Live. I mean, I don't know that there's anybody better than him. Justin Timberlake and Alec Baldwin. How are you better than either of those?
Exactly.
Agreed. On that show.
In 2014, the Lufthansa heist had been solved, and most still surviving members were arrested.
Is that true?
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so I remember that being in the news. It's 2014. That was 2
Did
years ago.
now? Did Henry Hill's name come back up?
No, I don't know.
I wonder. I mean, so Henry Hill used to call into the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. I meant to bring that up. Yeah. And they were always asking him, "Aren't you afraid you're gonna get killed now?" And
Yeah,
and
but
he's like,
I mean,
nah,
if I'm not
everybody's-
mistaken, he actually was calling in like in the 80s, so before this movie even came out, because I think he started calling in because of his book.
Yeah.
You know, because the wise guy thing or whatever.
Right.
But what was crazy
It
is
was
that
around the time of the movie.
other people would call in though and be
And
like,
"You're
you
gonna
know,
kill you," and
yeah,
he's like,
you're
"Nah,
a
they're
fucking rat.
stupid.
You're a
They're
fucking
stupid."
rat." You know, but some of them would actually know names and places.
I know,
and
but
things.
he was always like, "They're just bullshit. They're not gonna do anything."
Right. Well, they definitely didn't, but he did end up dying.
What when you think of Goodfellas, what do you think of? Like, what's the scene, I guess, or scenes that instantly pop in your head when you think Goodfellas?
I'm gonna go. You're a clown. I amuse you, and then shoe shine box.
Those are not my two. My two scenes, when I think of Goodfellas, I instantly think of these two scenes. One is the through the kitchen to the front, and they pull out the table.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the other one is
Because they show that scene twice from two different aspects.
I don't know.
You're talking about where they, so they get the front row seat or whatever.
Yeah, they go down through
Yeah.
the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, and he's like, "You two,
It's a-
you're always
it's a-
at it."
And it's a steady cam, so they're
Yeah.
following him around, and it's one shot.
Yeah.
So from outside to when they sit down, it's a single shot.
That's an interesting scene to. I mean, I don't feel like it's that impactful.
I don't know. It struck me. It struck a chord in me because of, I guess, the single shot. And
You mean
don't-
scene? You don't mean like moment. You mean like if I'm thinking visually of a scene.
I'm just saying, what do I think of
When you
I
think
think Goodfellas?
Okay.
I think of that scene where they go through the kitchen, because I think when I saw it, it was a single shot, and you don't see a lot of single shots.
Yeah.
Especially back then.
Right.
And so it jumped out at me as something that was different.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why it was different. It was just one of those things like, this is different. I'm not sure why. The reason it was different is because it was a single shot. The camera never broke through the whole thing. So that stuck out at me. And then the other scene that stuck out at me was when he's driving and looking up for the helicopter.
Yeah, for the helicopters.
And those were the two scenes that every time I think of Goodfellas, I think of those two scenes.
I mean, thinking back, I guess I'd still stick with my two.
Sure.
I mean, definitely, I make you fucking laugh. I'm a fucking clown. That
I always
for
forget about that.
that
I mean,
one-
I remember it when I'm thinking about laughing and someone says the line or something.
You know what? I gotta change my second one because I definitely. But I think my favorite, the thing that I think about when I think of Goodfellas is the intro thing where he's introducing all the gangsters, and he's like, and then we got Tim.
And that's kind of a single shot too. Going
Yeah,
around.
like Timmy 2 times. Hey, we got to get the papers. Get the papers. So we used to call Christopher. We used to call Chris Burney Christopher 2 times because he's the same way. He'll go. Chris will say, "Yeah."
Chris Burney is your guitar
is
player.
our guitar player for Bowling for Soup, and he will. He'll come in and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get some Chinese." Yeah.
Wait, do it in his voice for real.
Okay.
I love it.
Now I don't know if he listens to this. He'll go. I'm gonna get some Chinese food. Yeah, it's a Chinese place down there. I'm gonna get some Chinese. So he will just repeat everything he said. So we used to call him Christopher 2 times.
That's
we still
awesome.
do, actually.
So the scene I was talking about in the nightclub was quote unquote a happy accident because he wanted to just have them go through the front door, but it was an actual active club apparently, and so they were denied permission to go through the front door, and they had to improvise an alternative, and so that's what they did for the alternative.
Interesting.
Yep.
Only 5 murders happened on screen during this, but you think
Yeah, you
of
feel
a
like it's
lot
more-
of people.
They were pretty gruesome murders.
They
though.
were. Yeah, I think the ice pick thing is fucking crazy. Just through the back of the neck.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
That just does not.
Yeah, it was unsettling.
Just because that. I assume that's just instant, right? I mean, you're just gone.
Yes. I'm not. Maybe you don't even feel it because it's
Right.
Because of where I don't know, or you really feel it. It's
And
one
then
of-
there's
one of the two.
So the 5 are Spider,
Right.
Billy Bats,
Right.
Stack Edwards,
Right.
Maury with the ice pick,
Right.
and Tommy. And then and 10 if you include the results of Jimmy's handiwork after the Lufthansa heist, because he fucking lost his mind.
Oh, he froze that one guy.
He got rid of everybody, man.
He remember the
he
frozen...
froze the Afro guy that you like so much.
And he helped kill Maury.
Exactly.
And then he gets killed.
He got killed because of the fur coat, man. And he and I like it. They're just like, he was frozen so solid it took him 2 days to thaw him out for the autopsy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Goodfellas has 43 songs in it, the equivalent of about 3.5 albums.
That's insane.
Scorsese had thought about all the songs and where they would appear long before he started filming. 3 years before he shot the film, to be precise, according to the film's music editor. So you could tell he thought that out. All right. JaretGoesToTheMovies.com.
Check us out on Facebook at Jaret Goes to the Movies. We're also on Twitter at Jaret Movies. You can always be a contributor and get more and more content. We forgot to talk about this at the first of the show, Rich.
We did.
We're falling down on the job.
Fuck.
Can go to patreon.com or just go to Jaret Goes to the Movies and click support.
Us.
We had a Google Hangout the other day with some of our supporters. It was a lot of fun, actually. We learned a lot.
So, our $10 supporters get the quote-unquote privilege of hanging out with us for about an hour on the Google Hangouts, where we do video chat and just bullshit and have a lot of fun, and it was awesome.
Lots of different things you can do, though, and man, this has been fun. Love this movie. Next up is Top Gun, so everybody go watch that one.
I've already watched it.
Yeah.
I won't say anything, but I've already watched it.
It's going to be a good one. All right.
I think it'll be a good one.
Thank you, Rich. Casey, we missed you tonight, baby. She's
waves.
just over there waving. All right, guys. We'll see you down the road.